and welcome to another Hornby layout update. Today you join me and Mike back on Topley-Dale, the double O gauge layout, and of course we've got the O gauge test track underneath. So what have we got in store this time?
That's right, well we've been doing quite a bit of work on the layout, starting to move forward with some of the scenic work we wanted to do on the original parts of the layout. So we're going to show you some of the new things we've done with the station area today. And we've got quite a few new bits of rolling stock as well. There's a few new locos I've been working on of my own and things we've got new in for the magazine as well. And of course we've got the O-gauge test track as well, where we've got some new locos that are coming in for review as well. So we're going to show a few of those off as well today.
And don't forget, everything that we've had sent in for review will be, of course, reviewed in full in the next Hornby magazine.
That's right, that's on sale on February the 6th. We've got a really big review section. There's been a lot of new products come through during January, so lots to read and look into there as well.
And the cover's quite nice as well, as you can see. Right. Shall we get on with the layout update?
Definitely, yeah, let's get to it.
Let's go.
The work we've been doing this month has been focused on the station area here, and one of the aims of that was to bring it up to the same standard as the rest of the layout, which we'd done at the back end of 2019. So all the grass textures on that new part were all looking so much better than this. So I've employed the same products and techniques here, so it all looks like it's starting to match now. I've still got more to do. The bit beyond the viaduct, I've got to refresh all that. There's quite a few loose rocks now on there. There's lots of old bushes from the layout's original construction there, which need to replace. So that's the next kind of phase of scenic development here. So as mentioned earlier, we've got the lighting all working again in the station. Now I got it all working again last year, but it's not really been used. I just double checked everything works, reconnected it to the circuits that power that. So we've got both station interior lights and also these lights on the station all are operational as well. The main station lamps, they're all DCC Concepts 1-deck lamps on there, while the actual lamps inside the station building, they're Woodland Scenics, just plug lighting in there as well. Just a nice bit of ambience, especially when the lights are turned down in the garage as well. Like I say, the final thing then we've done in this area is all this head shunt and the sidings have all been cleaned up as well, so they all now work really well. It's little things like, for example, when Top of the Dale was originally designed so the baseboards could be separated, so this baseboard joint here just dropped a little bit, so there's a little bit of a step in the head shunt, so we've resolved all that. Only a 5-second job, but it's another job off the list. So that's really brings us up to date with what we've been doing on the layout.
Right, so now we've gone over the layout scenics that we've upgraded.
Yep.
Let's look at the massive haul this month.
Yes,
what's arrived on the layout.
Definitely a big haul this month. It's a combination of there's review samples on here. There's models of my own on here. There's things that I've been adding things to as well and detailing up. So we'll start at the front and we'll work our way across it. So first up at the very front here, we've got the new Dapple Class 21. Now that was announced about 10 years ago. And actually they've done a really nice job on that. It's a lovely little model, and I'm now also looking forward to getting one of the Class 29s when they come in as well, which I believe aren't far away at this point. So that's been a nice addition to my own roster. I've fitted all the detail accessory pack to it. It's got a Dapple Imperium decoder into it as well. Brilliant little loco. It also, we've got it in one of our other videos, hauling a 15 coach train as well. That's a lot more than one of those they'd ever be tasked with.
Yeah.
So that's an impressive amount of haulage capacity in that. So. Next to that we've got a Class 27. Now the Class 27 regular followers of the Helgen portfolio will know the 27 has been part of Helgen's collection for quite a while now, but this is a new version of it. They're calling this their version 3. And it's a combination of different parts that go together to make it a different version this time. So it's got sealed nose end communication doors, it's got the tablet catcher, and it's got the sliding cab windows on it as well, which are in difference to what they've done before. So that's a nice new addition as well, and the one we've got actually is factory weathered as well, and again the factory weathering on it really is quite superb. So
it's quite nicely done, that.
It is, yeah. I'm really impressed with that. It's got nice staining down the front as well, different colours in it as well. A really good job, especially from a factory, because it's a lot of processes to put into a paint job like that. Another little thing just to mention on that one I like about it as well is that's got a tops number on the BR Green livery as well, which did happen with a few locos in the early 70s when the 5-digit tops codes came in. Okay. So next to that one we've got another green diesel. This time it's the Batman Class 24-1, which is, well, again we've been waiting a little while for this one. I think it was 2013 catalogue they announced they were doing the 24-1. It's a nice addition to their collection. They've got quite a lot of the stalls of Type 2s in their portfolio. So they've already got the original disc headco Class 24s, which had a smooth dome to the roof. And they've already done the Class 25-1 and the 25-2 before as well. But there's actually never been a ready-to-run model of the 24-1, and the distinguishing feature of that really is the head coat box on it. That really made it different from the original batch of Class 24s. So, again, we've put a sound decoder into that. It's got a Zimmo sound decoder in that for part of our testing. We've put the factory-fitted speaker through its paces there as well. Again, lovely runner, really nicely made model. Love the buffer beam detail on that one. All really nicely done again. So another good job from Bachmann. And next, so I know you've been quite excited about this one, the Big Blue A4.
Another re-livery.
It is the re-livery. So we've had several re-liveries in from Hornby this month actually, and the A4 as Mallard here is one of those. I think we really put it a bit of a splash of colour here with the A4. Mallard, as everyone probably will know, is got the world speed record for steam. And this is the first time I can remember it being available in the Express line blue like this from Hornby. Certainly in recent times anyway. So again, another nice addition. If you're into A4s, good one to add to the collection. So
it's nice. Same again, nice model, very solid model from Hornby.
That's right. Yeah. So it's a long-standing model. It's got an 8-pin decoder socket in the tender and a space for a 28mm round speaker in there as well. So okay. So next onto the big black Garrett next.
Something very funky.
That's right. Yeah. Well, again, this is another model I think people will recognise from a few years ago when Hatton's originally commissioned this from Helgen. And then Helden's now brought out a new batch itself. So these are available from all Helden stockists. They come in, I think it's £250 at full retail price. It's got twin motors in it, and they have upgraded the motors as well. Our sample was absolutely lovely runner, and we had it running on 66 wagons going around Top to Dale as part of our testing for it. And it didn't bat an eyelid at that. I mean, I reckon we could have probably put another 20, 30 wagons behind it before it even started to be bothered about it. So
We'll do that after we finish the video.
yeah, it'd be another good one to do. But yeah, phenomenally powerful loco. I mean, the first batch were phenomenally powerful as well, but there were a couple of little issues with the motors I believe people had with those.
So is it true, Mike, that a little birdie has told me that you can win this in the next edition of Hornby Magazine?
You can win at Helden Garrett in our competition in the March issue of the magazine. That issue's out on February the 6th, and they have full details of how to enter the competition. And we're also going to have some runners-up prizes in there as well. We're going to have some bundles of books as well, so we've got lots of nice books for people. So there'll be about 5 or 6 prizes in the competition. Full details, like I say, in the March issue of Hornby Magazine, on sale on February the 6th.
And it's that exact model?
It is that one. It will be a model of 4993 in LMS black, yeah. That's the one. Yeah.
Nice.
Excellent. So that'll be a nice addition to someone's layout. So. Right then, should we move on to the next ones?
Let's do it.
Okay, well, I'm going to come just right back behind the Garrett here. We've got a pair of brake vans here. These are the new LSWR 24-tonne brake van and the LMS 20-tonne brake van from Hornby. They're brand new tools from Hornby. The LSWR brake van, that's never been available before as a ready-to-run product, whereas people probably recognise the LMS 20-tonne van because that's a long-standing part of the Hornby range. But this is brand new tooling, everything's new from it from the ground up. Again, really nicely done vehicles there, separate handrails throughout, turn metal buffers, turn metal wheels, NEM coupling pockets, all the things we'd expect from a brand new product. So, nice additions to bring up the rear of a goods train for either LMS or LSWR period layouts, and there's lots of different liveries on these as well, so that you can have BR period ones, LMS period ones, and they're also doing Southern Railway livery on the LSWR one as well, so lots of choices there. Okay, so next, we've still got more to come yet.
Loads.
So next on the list we've got the Bachmann J72. Now we reviewed this a couple of issues back in Hornby Magazine. I think it was issue HM149 in our November issue. Now the reason it's on the layout again this time is that in the latest issue, Paul Chet is showing you how to install a sound decoder and stay alive into the J72. Now, anyone who's got one of these will be thinking, well, why are we showing you how to install sound in this loco? It's so simple, because it is literally 2 screws, take the body off, plug a decoder in. As well, because we found actually how you can get stay alive in there as well, so you can make full advantage of all the Zimmo decoder technology there as well. So there's a nice short step-by-step guide, really simple project for anyone to do. If you've never done sound before, actually this is a really good model to start with. There'll be a full product list in there as well, so it'll be a really good guide for you.
And it makes it very satisfying to run, especially with the stay alive.
It does, yeah. I mean, actually, it's a brilliant little loco to drive. It's got really nice characteristics in that sound file, and the sound file incidentally is available from Digitrains as well on the Zimmo decoder family, and it's been spec'd to work with the Bachmann's Firebox flickering J72 as well. Now, originally they set it up so it works on 2 separate functions with a conventional decoder, but the sound file from Digitrains, that is set up so all that is managed already. It works as a random effect whilst the loco is running, and also through F6 when you set it to the coal shoveling sounds. So, yeah, great little product.
Very nice.
Yeah. Okay, next. So the next across is we're not actually talking about the 37. We're talking about the wagons behind it, which Acura scales really rather nice PFA coal container wagons.
They add a bit of colour to this mix.
They certainly do, yeah, especially with the Load All 37, one of my favourite liveries there. So that's why that's ended up on the front of the train.
Right in the place.
So, yes. Anytime I can get Load All Loco out, it'll happen. So yeah, we've got a nice rake of 12 of those in for review. We've got some of the other liveries as well, which you'll be able to see and read about in the next issue of the magazine as well. And like I said, they're again lovely models. NEM coupling pockets, die-cast chassis, plastic bodies for the containers, and then they've got full detail both inside and outside of the containers as well. So really nicely done.
And very heavy.
They are.
So
yes,
for a smaller wagon, very satisfying to run.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And again, they needed to have that weight at the bottom because without the container, there is no weight to the vehicle. So
nothing there.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Right. So next across, I think in the last layout update, we talked about one of these Westerns, which was just a new addition to the layout.
We did.
That's right. No, these are both
with the windows.
That's right. Yeah. So we talked about D1006, which has got the windscreen wiper, and I've got a bit of a collection of Westerns going off. I'll admit to that. And I've been working on these two to bring them up to what I would call my own standards. So they've been fully weathered. Both have now got Zimmo MX644 sound decoders in with big 55mm speakers in them as well. And 1006 and 1012, they're both getting crew figures which are 3D printed versions of me. I was scanned at the Worley show by Alan from Model U as a Western driver. So actually his colleague Nick found pictures of a Western driver and they posed me with my hands in the right place to be at the controls.
There's a very funny photo of that, which I won't throw up because I won't be allowed back.
No, maybe banned. So yes, but yeah, nice models, nice additions. They're really destined to go on Grosvenor Square when we take that out next.
And of course, you can read about what you've done to them on these staff
Yes,
projects.
that's right. Yes, staff projects. Yeah, we talked about a bit more of the detail of actually the scanning process with Model U, and also what it's been like getting the products, how we've used them. I've also got a couple to do for O-Gauge as well, because I've got a couple of Westerns for the next level down of the layout as well. So I've got the crew figures to go in there as well, so I'll be painting those at some point.
I think those who follow the Hornby Magazine Facebook page will have a snippet of how many Westerns you've got.
Yes.
Because I took a photo of what you left out for me.
Yeah, that's most
before we started filming.
Yeah, that's most of the double O-Gauge ones. So yeah, we'll move on from there. So right at the front then, we've got another exciting brand new product.
Very exciting.
Yeah, and actually I'm equally excited. I mean, I was brought up on 158s, coming from West Yorkshire, lived on the Transpennine route, and they were part of everyday life, running on the between Manchester and Leeds. So I've lost count of the number of times I've travelled on a 158. Now the model we actually got in for review from Bachmann is their 3-car 159 with the digital sound in it as well, and I've got to say it is really rather impressive. I mean, the detailing on it is phenomenal. The sound profile, they've got again a really comprehensive list of sound functions in there. Directional lighting, they have the door opening lights come on as well. It's got interior lights, quite subtle interior lights. But yeah, a lovely model up. So really impressed.
And dare I say, I'm glad it's here because it has become a bit of the poster boy for late projects.
It has, unfortunately. I mean, actually, it's not as late as some of the others we've got on here today.
Scarily.
But yes, it's one of those that's been held up. But I think originally when they first announced the 158, they were talking about it being just a new chassis for it. And then the project progressed and it actually came to a point where actually, you know what, it's not just a new chassis, it's a complete new model. They've invented a complete new drivetrain for these. So it's a completely low-profile drivetrain. So it's invisible from inside from outside. You can't see it from inside either, for that matter.
And again, another satisfying runner.
It is,
well.
yes. Yeah, really.
Been
nice.
having fun playing with it on Topley Dale.
That's right, yeah. So I'm now eagerly thinking toward getting a regional railways one to go on West Coast Cement as well. So I think one of those
fit
things
quite well, actually.
Yeah, one of those things in life you do need is a 158 in regional railways. So it's,
while they're here.
whilst they're here, yeah. And then the other thing to mention in terms of new additions to my own collection is I've also acquired one of the rakes of Acura scale Semflow cement tankers as well. And that'll be running on 12 Trees Junction later this year behind our double-headed 33s on there.
So that you can't see them because they're to my left,
just
your right.
At the moment, yeah.
There's a lot of them.
It is quite a long train, yeah. I think there's 22 of them there. So that'll look good going around 12 Trees. I mean, 12 Trees is a bigger layout than this anyway, so it's 24 foot long, so it's another 8 foot longer than this. So it will actually fit in the workshop.
You need more of them, surely.
That's about right for 12 Trees. That'll be just about right. So, but alongside things like we've got the 8-car 4 CEPs that run on there as well, so they'll look really nice with the long freight snaking through all the junctions on that layout. So
that will be nice.
That's right, and we'll bring some video footage of 12 Trees later in the year as well as we get that prepped. So at the moment that's scheduled to go out for the Great Electric Train Show in October this year, October 10th and 11th. And that'll be the first time that's been out for nearly 2 years then as well.
All right, blimey, that's flown.
Yeah, the last time out was Spalding Model Railway Show in 2018.
Got too many layouts.
But it's quite nice having lots of layouts in that respect because it means we can give some a break in between as well.
Yeah.
It's like, for example, I mentioned Grosvenor Square with the Westerns earlier. Grosvenor Square at the moment is probably not going to be going anywhere this year, but then we'll probably get it back out again next year. So we'll do new things to it, make sure the stock's up to spec as well. Gives them a new lease of life.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, so for additions, I think we're at the end of our list.
That is the double O-Gauge edition that's complete, yes.
For this month.
For this month, yeah.
Scarily.
Yeah, we'll see what comes next month.
So we're going to go down a level and go on to the O-Gauge editions.
Yeah, okay, off we go.
So you don't join us on the O-Gauge test track. We're actually coming to 7mm Depot, our O-Gauge layout, because nothing's changed on the test track as such.
That's right.
As a layout.
It's pretty much as it was before. I haven't really had the time to do that as well as Topley Dale this month, so that's another project for another day.
You do work for a living?
Yes, in between, yeah. So we'll come back to that in another video as well and show you more of what we're doing there. I've got all the plans. I know what I want to do. It's just a time thing that's going to hold that back. So So instead we're going to show you the new releases this month for O-Gauge on 7mm depot, and a few of the new wagons that I've been working on as well, which are projects that I've been working on to get ready for this summer as well. So yeah, we'll show you those now.
Looking good.
Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about in terms of the new additions is Helton's new O-Gauge 03. It's a really nice new addition to the O-Gauge portfolio, and you had a little drive one this lot.
It's one of my favourites now because, you've let the cat out of the bag there. I did get to drive one.
Yep.
And we'll see a video on that very soon.
Video coming soon, yeah. And we've put sound into this one as well. Make sure we fully test all of its capabilities and what Helton designed into the circuit board as well. So you'll be able to hear that as part of that video as well with the full sound installation. Again, lovely run of this 03. I'm really impressed with how it runs. So yeah, lots to talk about that, and a full review coming up in the March issue of Hornby Magazine as well.
It's just a really nice loco, really.
That's right.
Works well, and again suits smaller O-Gauge layouts.
That's right, yeah, and it'll fit in any size of O-Gauge layout. If you've got a goods yard on a bigger layout, perfect loco for you. If you've got a small layout, perfect loco as well. So next in for O-Gauge is something a bit bigger. We've got the new Class 33 in from Helton. And Helton did a previous version of Class 33, which actually we've got just behind it here as well, one that we weathered up previously. The new 33's got revisions to the bogie design, so it's got much more relief into the actual bogies on it. It's got changes to the actual body profile as well, and an updated mechanism and wiring scheme in there as well. Again, just like the 03, really nice runner, really smooth on the track, plenty of power as well. So we've had that running on some nice heavy trains down on the test track here as well.
Okay, I'm glad you know what the differences are, because I couldn't spot them.
I've done my research.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the other projects we've got on here, we've got over the Christmas period I worked on a couple of my kit projects for the O-Gauge. So I've been working on a ballast train to go on the O-Gauge garden railway, and building a pair of Parkside Grumpus wagons. So I've finished those off now. They're all being fully painted, weathered, detailed and finished up now. And one of them I put a couple of spare sleepers and some bits of London ballast in the corners of the wagon as well, just to give it a bit more interest. And that's the first two fully finished wagons from the ballast train. And then also on the layout here behind us, we've got a few of the part done weathering projects I've got on my catfish and dogfish. There's about half of the catfish and dogfish train are currently on the layout behind us at the minute, and they've got sort of what I call the base layers of weathering on them, so the very first layers. So I've got lots more to do on those to bring them up to standard, so they look as good, if not better, than the Grumpus. So.
How long did it take you to do them?
What to do the Grumpus? Actually building the wagons probably took me a couple of hours. The actual physical construction on them, and then the painting is the bit that takes time because it's multiple layers of paint and then the weathering process as well. So it's probably another hour each on the paint as well in actual physical
How many
time.
have you got to do?
For
the garden railway?
I'll probably do another half dozen Grumpus in good time. I've got plenty of other wagon projects on the go. I like to kind of chop and change between different vehicles anyway. So at the moment on the workbench upstairs, I've got a French door 16-ton mineral wagon. That's all built and waiting for paint. I've got a BR 12-ton pipe wagon also built and waiting for paint. And then in the queue, there's a Fruit D. There's a low fit. There's a PAL van. And there's a couple of other things as well. I think I've got a 13-ton standard wagon up there as well waiting to build. And there's a trestle wagon and there's a Great Western box van as well. So I'm always making something. And as soon as those are finished, I'll make sure they come down and form part of the layers update.
So as long as you're ready for summer.
Yes, well that's the aim. I mean, I've already got a 30 wagon goods to run around on the garden railway, but now I'm kind of building up a second wagon goods wagons. And one of my, again, a bit like the Westerns, I have a bit of a collector mania goes off with 12-ton box vans. I like how you get different profiles of box van from different regions, so I try and get a bit of a collection of representative collection from different parts of the country. So I've already built Southern and BR ones and a Great Western Mogo van for the O-Gauge goods train. Like I say, there's now a Great Western one on the workbench, which is a standard 12-ton van rather than the Mogo, because the Mogo van had end doors so you could drive vehicles into it, hence Mogo, motor car van.
Nice.
Yeah. And at some point I'll make an LMS one and so forth and so forth. So now I've bored you all to tears about box vans, we'll move on to the next phase.
So that's all for the January layout update here at the Hornby Magazine Workshop. Don't forget, if you want to see more and you like what you've seen, you can click below and subscribe now. And if you've got any comments or questions, feel free to post them down below.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you very much. Take care.